Hey guys, what's up? It's Pat Para, and in this video we're going to talk about something that is a big challenge for all songwriters, for all rappers, for everybody, especially for newbies, and that is finishing your songs. So most people can write a couple lines, and what usually happens is that they'll write a couple lines, they'll be really impressed with these lines, they'll be like, oh my god, my song's turning out so tight, and then what will happen is people will start putting all this pressure, like, oh, my song has to be tight. I hope my song can keep this same level of quality throughout the whole song. I hope I can continue to really impress myself, and the rest of my song's gonna be this dope. And then all this stress, all this pressure on this song, after these first two lines came out of nowhere, it kind of just cuts off the creative flow, and then songwriters will start having creative blocks, and they'll feel stuck. And then a lot of times, these amazing songs that, if we're finished, people would love, never get heard, and so many of these songs are just not getting heard. And I know there's so many talented rappers who are not getting heard because of this, and I've had students contact me about this too. People who feel like they're really good rappers but are having a hard time finishing their songs. So in this video we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do, 3 strategies that will help you finish your songs and kind of keep you motivated and keep you entertained with your songs until they're done. And the first thing I want to say is that you want to finish your songs no matter what. You want to, and if you're just starting out and you've never finished a song before, you want to make sure you finished your first song. That should be your #1 goal. Don't worry about all the 10 songs or 20 songs you want to have on your mixtape or whatever. You want to finish one song, because that's going to give you confidence to keep going. And it's going to give you that whole experience of the humps in songwriting. There's always humps, there's always challenges. Sometimes it flows, sometimes it gets really hard, and you have to learn how to ride that and what to do when you get to that point where you feel like there's a big block. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. And the first thing you can do, when you get right into it, the first thing you can do is freestyle. When you get to that hard part in the song where you feel stuck, what you can do is just start freestyling. Whatever comes out, just allow whatever comes out. Don't judge yourself, just allow whatever comes out to come out. And a lot of times you'll surprise yourself. If you're not judging yourself, just allowing it to come out, record it, and just put it all down, and then you can puzzle it together. You can puzzle all of it together later. You can pick your favorite of all your freestyles, and then just, you'll know when you have a line, and you compare them to the rest of the lines, and you can keep going line by line like that by freestyling until you find something that you like. Lil Wayne used to write all songs like this without writing anything down, where he just freestyled line by line until he came up with the freestyle he liked, and then he would record just that line. Then he'd freestyle until he found something he liked, and then he would record just that line. You can do that line by line. And you can do that by writing it down, or you can do it like Lil Wayne and just do it while you're recording. For me, I like to write it down and record the vocals so I don't forget how I'm flowing over the beat. Alright? The second thing you can do is just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath and relax. You want to meditate, whatever. You want to do something that will relax you. For me, what I do is I take a walk around my block. Walking really inspires creativity. I know Earl Sweatshirt walks back and forth in his room to finish his raps. It keeps him in a flow. He just kind of paces back and forth. And a lot of artists and creative people say that walking kind of just really helps kind of invigorate that creative energy, starts helping you get back into creative flow so that you can start flowing your lyrics out again. So walking is really awesome. If you don't live in a safe neighborhood, just walk around your house. If you have a safe neighborhood you can walk around, just walk. The first thing what you want to do is just breathe, just relax. Don't even worry about your song. Just relax, try to relax, just focus on your breath, focus on being in the moment. And then when you start to feel relaxed, then you can start reciting your verse and just kind of see what comes out. When you're relaxed, kind of see what comes out. Because it's kind of how the creative flow works, is that it starts to come through you the more relaxed you are. When you're tense and you're trying to worry about, oh, it's got to be good, it's got to be this good, it's got to be good, everyone has to love my shit, everyone has to love it. That's when it gets fucked up, that's when it gets all messed up, and that's when the block comes up with all that stress. So the whole point of it, we want to relieve that stress, do our best to just relax, and then when we feel a little bit more relaxed, then start reciting again as we're walking around. And that really helps me, taking those walking breaks. Okay? And then one thing to remember is that when you're having that feeling of being stuck, you wrote a couple lines you really like and you feel stuck, and you start getting in your head about, all the future, what the song could mean. What you want to do is try to get yourself first relaxed, and then just back into your heart, back into the heart of the song. Whether it's a gangster song about killing people, whether it's about selling drugs, whether it's about loving a girl, whether it's about being mad at your parents, whatever the song's about, try to get back into the heart and the meaning of the song. Try to take yourself back into that place and just, feel it out. No matter whatever the feeling is, try to get back into that feeling, back into that story, and get back into that place so it'll be easier for you to finish that song. Okay? And the third trick that you can do, this is my favorite thing to do to finish songs, is that the interesting thing is that whatever your first two lines are, those two lines kind of set the pace for the rest of your song. They set the rhythm, and they kind of set how you're going to rap on the song for the rest of the song. All your flow is going to go off those first two lines. So maybe you have a beat that you really want to write to, and you started writing those first two lines to that beat. So from there, what you want to do, because you already have your first two lines and you've wrote to that beat, what you can do is create a playlist of all your favorite beats, and you can just start rapping to a bunch of different beats because you already have those first two lines. You already know that those first two lines fit the beat that you originally wanted, but then so you don't get bored, you can start rapping to other beats. And this is what I do because I get bored writing raps. I get bored writing to the same beat, looping the same beat over and over again. And what keeps me entertained is starting to write to all different kinds of beats with that same flow, with that same original flow. Let's keep going. Because I know that because I started with that flow, that rhythm is going to hold throughout the whole song. So I'll give you an example. I have a song that I wrote when I was 18. It took me 2 years to finish. And the rhythm goes, she's 2 levels above me and I need the exercise. Yeah, her thighs are quite inviting, but I crumble in her eyes range. And so from those first two lines, I can figure out that the rhythm's gonna go da 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 da, and I can play with it and go off from there. And I've rapped that verse over, it's like 2 verses, and I've rapped it over all different kinds of beats. And the cool thing about rapping over beats, it makes you kind of more skilled because you're rapping over slower and faster beats. It keeps you entertained, so you stay in a creative flow, so you don't get bored with your writing and you don't still get sick of your song and want to just stay away from it forever. So it's a really good thing to do. And some of you might say, oh, well, if I write to a different beat, then it's going to turn my song to shit and it's just not going to fit. But from my experience, as long as you wrote those first 2 lines to your original beat, it'll flow. It'll flow because you know how it's supposed to flow, and you're going to flow like that over every other beat. Okay? So in my experience, writing to other beats it helps. I mean, as long as you have those first 2 lines. Okay? So those are my tips for how you can finish your songs. The first thing you can do is freestyle. When you get to a hump, just freestyle. If you don't know how to freestyle, I have a link below to my course that teaches you how to freestyle, and it goes into a lot of advanced stuff. But we start out with freestyling because freestyling is the root of improvisation, getting yourself into a flow, starting to break through creative blocks, not judging yourself, and just saying whatever's on your mind. All right, so that's really important to be able to improvise and freestyle. Second thing you can do is just take a deep breath and take a walk around your block or a walk around your house. The third thing you can do is make a playlist of all your favorite beats and start rapping over all the beats. Just have like 10 or 20 beats looped that you really like so that you never get bored. You never get bored of writing the same verse, because when you're writing your verses, it's very repetitive. Just go back and forth and just write over and over and over again. All right, so I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. If you don't know how to freestyle, I have a discounted link below so you can get my whole freestyle course, the advanced training, how to write raps using freestyling, all these different things. And thanks again for watching this video. Leave me comments, any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.